Every day when I have preschool kids, I write down some of the cute little things they say. And I have a story in here I've written a long time ago from when my son Scott was 3. He was, well, not quite 3, but he was very curious, and he was always trying to put his finger into the electrical socket. Well, every time I would say no to him, he would laugh and giggle at me. Haha, Mom, let me show you again. Well, I was too far away from him to actually pull his hand out of the socket. But he kept, he would put it towards the socket and look back at me and like, Mom, I'm going to do it again. And that is how the electrical socket cover was invented, I'm sure, because of all these little curious 2- and 3-year-olds that were sticking their hands in sockets. So these little stories I have written every day so that I can recall what happened and to be able to share what children say, because they are quite funny. You know what? I change children's lives. I have the ability to photograph them every day as they learn something new. And it is remarkable to see how much they grow. And I know that I have that impact on them. So by having my photography background and loving children, as the children play, I go around and take photographs of them. I have one child in particular that likes to pose every time the camera comes out, and she poses for me. But then throughout the week, after I edit them, I'll put 1 or 2 sneak peeks up of each of their children so that they can see them on Facebook. And in reality, at the very end of the year, they're going to have a beautiful professional photo book that's custom for their child only, and so that they can see and remember all those wonderful experiences that they've had throughout the year. So this is the Discovery Center, and the children come here. Usually when they're first 3, they're always like, this is my toy and this is my pig, and I'm not really going to share with you. But as they continue to grow and realize that, hey, it's okay, maybe you can have a turn too, and all the different animals can get along and play, and they learn to play and eat and roll, and they get along with each other. The children start to develop ways where they can interact with each other better without having to fight over toys and share. And as I continue to photograph them, we get some really neat opportunities where we can take pictures of them going through different developmental stages as they learn and grow. So each of the children grab their carpet, and this keeps them independent, and they come around and sit beside me in the circle. The leader of the day is the person who brings snack, and they get to be the weather dog. They get to dress, they get to look out the window and see what the weather dog might wear and decide if it's raining outside. Another thing that we do is we go through the days of the week, a little song, sometimes the alphabet, sometimes the shape. There's no concept of time, but they definitely understand their numbers. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sometimes it's really fun to count backwards. Sometimes it's fun to count in patterns. We see in this one there's actually a pattern that goes along as we count. Now, if you're the leader of the day, that's the best part of the preschool, because over here I've got a mailbox. Every day there's something new that relates to our theme. Look what's inside. Today is a magic bag. Inside a magic bag, there's usually some type of activity that the child can come and the children can participate. There's always a great love of learning and accomplishment, especially when they recognize certain letters that are in their names. They're like, hey, that's in my name, and hey, that's in my name too, or my mom. Hey, your mom's name is Mom? Hey, that's my mom's name too. It gives a great foundation for them so that once they get into actual school, they have a love of learning, and they're going to continue to try and not feel like they're ashamed because of making mistakes, so they can do well and they can actually progress well and continue to thrive. I know what's going through their minds. They're not going to be sleeping throughout this night. They're actually going to be with their family and their child, flipping through their pages and seeing what their child did, and their child's going to tell the stories to their mom and dad. Hey, I remember that. Remember when this happened, and remembering the happy times that they had here. And they're going to have those treasure memories and experiences to be able to treasure forever. That mom or dad is not going to share the book with anybody for some time. It's a treasure that they're going to have and hold. And it's not going to be a book that's going to be placed on a shelf and forgotten about. It'll be there to be able to be remembered every year as the child continues to grow.
Thank you. A big world is out there waiting for us to live in.